During this week's episode of ABC's 2020ths, David Muir and Deborah Roberts will take a closer look at the abduction and murder of Sierah Joughin. Who was Sierah? Was her murderer ever caught? Is her murderer still alive? Find out during tomorrow night's episode of 2020ths titled, She Was Almost Home. ABC's 2020ths, She Was Almost Home. Per What's on Disney, the details for this week's episode of 2020ths have just dropped. Titled, She Was Almost Home, this week's episode will deep dive into the disappearance of a 20-year-old woman from Delta, Ohio. Following her mysterious disappearance during a bike ride home, a police investigation leads them to a barn packed with dark and terrifying secrets. As the episode progresses, Deborah Roberts and David Muir will chat with friends, family, and key investigators. The episode will even feature an interview with a woman who managed to evade the very same killer a few decades prior, who kidnapped and murdered Sierah Joughin. Sierah Joughin was just 20 when she was abducted and murdered by a man named James D. Worley. She vanished while riding her bike home from her boyfriend's house on July 19, 2016. Her bike was found at the side of the road on her route home, but she was nowhere to be found. Tragically, she was found dead just 3 days after she went missing. James D. Worley was found guilty of kidnapping and murdering Sierah. He was sentenced to death for her murder. Furthermore, he received more than 20 years for assault, kidnapping, and a slew of other charges. Presently, his execution is slated for May 20, 2025. Who is Robin Gardner? Nearly 3 decades prior to the abduction and murder of Sierah Joughin, Robin Gardner was also abducted by James D. Worley. Robin Gardner is believed to be James' very first victim. Furthermore, she's believed to be the only victim to escape from him with her life. Robin Gardner managed to escape James, and he served just 3 years for his crimes against her. She, however, firmly believes she and Sierah Joughin were far from his only victims. She shared during an interview back in 2021, "I don't think anybody like him can go 26 years without doing what he did, because you don't just do it, and then suppress it, and then do it again. For a logical, normal, sane person, that just doesn't make sense." According to WTOL 11 News, FBI Special Agent Vicki Anderson agreed it was highly unlikely for there to be a 20-year gap between his crimes against Robin and his crimes against Sierah, without anything in between. Despite this belief, investigators have not been able to link any other victims to James D. Worley. This episode of 2020ths will air on ABC on Friday, 27th October 2023, from 9 to 11 p.m. The episode will be available for streaming the next day via Hulu.